Me and my mother, the only thing we got going on is like you can see this on TV everywhere. My mother had me at, she was pregnant at 14 and had me at 15. It's common sense. It's not my mother, it's my sister. You get what I'm saying? Like she had me at 14, we grew up together. So all of the experiences, yeah, so all of the experiences that she went through and you know, my mother was taken advantage of as a kid. She came from Central Islip. She was staying with her grandmother in 280 Park Hill. And she was the pretty girl. All the girls was, intimidated. And she was green. So she was manipulated and put in a position where she had to learn how to become street. And she adapted and she became a bad in the streets. I got a name for that. However, during her journey, I was left with my godmother. My godmother was her best friend, white girl, was 30 in the streets. And she held me down. She made sure my mother was doing her trials and tribulations of ripping and running. I had a household and I was sanctioned as 30. So I said that to say, um, it's a really long story, but long story short, mommy was somebody, she was really outside, door knockers, really hip hop, really been around every era of the gangster from bagging up the bricklayers and, all that is installed in me. I mean, I grew up, she did a hard thing. She gave me to my godmother, which was a responsible decision as a kid. And so I got to see both. I got to be reading Stephen King books by third grade, coloring, painting. I had a whole 5 aunts, 6 mothers, 30 fathers. The whole hood raised me. I ain't have.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, of course.
And no disrespect.
Never. I don't find disrespect in anything.
Was your mom got impregnated by an older guy? Or?
My father was 2 years her senior, which is still older. 17 to 15 is a major age bracket to me. Right. Because when you're in junior high school and high school, that's a big difference. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when you're 10th grade and you're a senior, that's a big difference. My father met my mother. My mother met my father through my grandmother. Ended up falling from grace at the time. My grandmother's from Brooklyn originally. She leveled up, moved to Central Islip, which that was like moving to Jersey back in the day. She moved to Long Island, big picket fence, all that. My grandfather, I want to say the story out. The way I got it was that he cheated on her, and she kind of like broke, and drugs was the things to do at that time. It was new. Everybody was sniffing cocaine, and then people were starting to, like smoke it. And she was turned out by her friends, and you're stressing, you're going through what you're going through, just get high. And before you know it, that's the down spiral of that. My father was selling my grandmother drugs, met my mother, and that's how I became. So my whole inception of my creation is from the streets. Like my father's a hustler, my mother's a hustler, everything in my DNA was made for me to be something different. So, when you look at the end game of it, of like, yo, shorty bugging, he outside, he's selling drugs, he's on high speed chases, he's running from cars, he's just this nigga. Nigga, what you expect?
It's not an interview. It's a conversation. Cashy Mula. Have you heard the Perfect Rap album?
I mean, I guess everybody has a favorite album or something that's influential that changed their life. If I had to say what that album was for me, the only albums I ever bought in life was, I would say, Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101, changed my life. Chuel Santana, What the Game's Been Missing, and Give Rich or Die Trying. Those are the only 3 physical albums I've ever purchased in my life. And I made my dad buy Busta Rhymes Extinction Level event. But other than that, and that would tell my personality as well. Busta, creativity, animation is Busta. He teach you to go up, down, fast, slow. He teach you how to ride any type of beat, any type of track. And he shows you 30, 40 years legacy of putting out a hit. 50 Cent, who's gonna show you how to get money. Like, he came in the game way after everybody and monopolized music, DVDs, CDs. He showed you that once you get hot, what to do with it. The clothing, the video games, vitamin water, headphones, whatever it is, he ran up 800 M's in the amount of time that niggas been in the game. In 3 months, he ran up what niggas made in their lifetime. So 50, Give Rich or Die Trying was different. And from first song to the end, you could play it through and through. Cam, I would give Cam some credit. He the only nigga battled Jay-Z and really walked away, with the chip on his shoulder. And he gave the whole New York and the whole world swag and energy. How to dress, talk, just arrogance, confidence. Nobody really had that the way Cam had it. You know, the locks, bars, delivery, the streets. Kiss flow is patented and just never gonna change, and you're never gonna mess with it. Like, it's just household. That shit gonna be there for 3,000 years. His fucking catalog is gonna be streamed forever. Like,
Right.
what else? What else? Joel's, you know, I'm little shorty out the clique, so he was little shorty out the clique, and he was fly, bandana, you know, Santana bandana, shout out to him, you know, and that first album he was talking, you know, hitting the Van Wyck Expressway, dead on the, you know, from me to you. Look at me, I mean, who am I? Yeah, he had bangers, like, and another, I ain't really too, I'm self-sufficient, you know, like, we real artists, especially me being a Leo, I'm self-absorbed, so I don't even listen to niggas for real. Those the only 3 plus Busta 4 albums I bought, and I can't really tell you niggas rhymes or recite niggas rhymes and shit like that. I really don't care to listen to niggas, but those 4 albums was influential. Not to say Hove wasn't Hove, and, you know, Nas wasn't Nas, Rakim's and the Eric B's and all of the legends, but for our era, the, you know, the 80s babies going into the 90s, we Dipset, Locks, you know, G-Unit, Rockefeller.
Okay.
Wu-Tang for us was like, it wasn't cool because crack, weed, the lyrics. It's cracking weed, combination made my eyes bleed. We go to school, well, he's a dust head nigga, he's in Staten Island, Cooney nigga. We never jacked that. We was always on some white, y'all niggas bugging, we get flea, we'll violate y'all niggas. We was on every trend. So Staten Island, we got a small city complex, we gotta go harder, because we the 5th borough. Everybody else looking at us like, oh, niggas, only thing they respect is Wu-Tang.
So you was on tour with Wu?
Yeah, this, it's not that I was on tour as if I was opening. I was actually just, you know, tagging along, riding along. I got that seniority, and I'm in a position where the respect is there now. Like, you know, it's been a blend. I went from, y'all niggas can't come to the hood, Wu-Tang, to big bro, I love you and I appreciate everything I did for the hood. Because it's a mentality. When you don't have, you looking at niggas like, y'all niggas got it, y'all can put us on. But when they don't, it's 2 types of individuals. You either gonna be like, oh, they ain't do nothing for me and cry about it, or you gonna get the up and pick up and do what you gotta do for yourself. That's what I did. So I was big on a saying of, what was that they showed us in school? To fill the dreams. If you build it, they'll come type. So I built it. We went from talking JCF, 300, up the block, down the block to we ParkHill the label. High Bridge got together. It's High Bridge the label. Why we can't get together? ParkHill the label. Yeah, you know the vibe, CP, all of the guys. You know. So my thing was ParkHill the label. And if we always had unity like the Wu got, we can make it out too. So I pumped the vision, one man army. ParkHill the label, to the point where it became a movement. It became synonymous with Wu-Tang. It became something that people were proud of. It became something that people in Harlem, Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Queens is jacking, because at the end of the day, the energy was there for me to be like, this is what I'm doing. And not only that, who I am as a person is different. My legacy is different. Like, he has his legacy. Everybody got their legacy. Punch up. Everybody got their legacy. Put your shit on mute and shit, gang. Everybody got their legacy. My legacy, I'm Lil Boy Fresh. I'm now officially chilling with X. I'm the little boy that was on the bench that Nas was like, yo, shorty, you need to stop. He was like, yo, it's real. Yeah, I'm that kid. Like, we them kids that grew up under the legends, that was in the streets, that was affected by hip hop in a sense. We was taught to sell guns, bust our guns, you feel what I'm saying? Sell drugs, do what we do. And now it's like them same niggas that scared us. Cause like we really outside doing what we doing and getting to $1 and trying to, you know, I came into this game 100 grand, now in the big strap, from grinding G packs. You know what I mean? Like, so you got a nigga like Hove came from selling crack to sit in the White House. And then you got a nigga really selling crack, packing niggas up and getting niggas up the block. And then they like, yo, shorty, you too hot. This is what you told me to do. This is what you said. This the blueprint. This is how we get out. So,
what was the beef about?
As far as what?
As far as Wu-Tang, yeah, can't come back to the hood.
It wasn't that it was beef. It's never beef. Staten Island and ParkHill, nigga, Stapleton, the Harbor. It's never beef. It's always, we all love each other. It's just misunderstandings, and it's a space where it's like, nigga, I got kids, I got bills, I got family too, and if you ain't jacking that, then you gotta go. That's any man, as a man.
But
we men.
Break down to me the misunderstanding.
The misunderstanding comes from, that's exactly. I'm glad you brought me back to where I left off. As you start to level up on your own, it's two type of people. You either gonna be like, them niggas ain't do nothing for me, or you gonna take the time to do what you gotta do for yourself. Along that path, you start to see the light. You start to understand when you're doing shit by yourself, you could have opportunities for people when they don't come. You could be like, I got the studio for free. Like, I got the studio for free every day. I open the shit up at 6 in the morning. Ain't nobody here. It's mad talent. I go right around the hood. I got the studio, I got the studio, I got the studio, I got the pull up. Nobody comes. So I said that to say, upon me going through the same path as them, building my label and dealing with the artists and grinding and having to pay every bill, paying for merch, paying for studio setup, paying for camera niggas, paying for editing, nigga, who got the money? What kid got the 17-year-old got the money to pay for editing, mixing, mastering, studios, clothes, videos, cars, foreigns? What kid could do that?
I need you to give me a number, because this is a universal language.
Mm-hmm.
At 18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
how much money of your own had you pumped into your career? Think about that for a second. How much money had you pumped into your career at 18 years old?
By 18, I already ran through over $250,000. By 18. At this point, my what I invested into my career would probably be somewhere between 2.5 and like 6.
Which project you invested the most money in? And talk to us about that project, please.
Me personally, most of the street niggas now, we don't have projects. Niggas is constantly, every day waking up making music. Constantly, every day having a session. Constantly, every day hitting the streets for inspiration, dealing with niggas, meeting niggas, networking with niggas, spending 3 bands, 5 bands. Me, I'm not a feature nigga. All my money came from constantly ripping and running, just keeping up, re-up, trapping, paying for studio time, paying for engineers, paying for mixing and master, editing on my videos, paying for videos, shit like that. All of that shit came, and on top of that, it's music. You got bills. You got your girlfriend. You got to take care of yourself. I was 17 with a baby, so I said that to say, all of those expenses, it's almost impossible for a kid to take care of that. And when we was kids, you got to think Cameron was out. How the f I'm going to college? You know what I mean? And to get a career.
College?
Yeah, look, he said you go to college, right? You end up in debt because what you pay for college, pay 80 grand, 150 grand, right?
Yeah.
So now you in debt.
Now you in debt because you got to.
How the f you supposed to go to Miami 3 times a week? How the f you supposed to fly to Aruba? How the f you supposed to go to France? How the f you supposed to a gang? How the f you supposed to pop 50 bottles? How the f you supposed to get Versace robes? How the f you supposed to have Gucci's on your feet? How the f you supposed to pay your bills? How the f you supposed to do all that in a 9 to 5? It's not for us. It's not for nobody from the streets. Now we in the era where information is key, and trade lines, credit, all of that shit is game, scamming, and it's a different era where people's putting people's on, and niggas is leveling up. Niggas is owning their own businesses, niggas is online hustling. You know, shout out to Soulja Boy, first nigga to ever go viral. He's a stupid nigga. Like, he's somebody that's supposed to capitalize over the fact that you made history. There would be no TikTok, there would be no Instagram without a Soulja Boy. He don't even know that. Shit like that, common sense shit. But I said that to say, it's a lot of dynamics to breaking through, as they call it, a breakthrough. You can have mad material. Everybody on every corner is nice. Every hood that you go through, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens to Atlanta, every slums you go through, there's gonna be a talent there that can rap, that has bars. But then you gotta have a personality. Then you gotta be marketable. Then you gotta have bread. Like, everybody loves you, but nigga, we gotta work. I got my family depends on, I work with Drake. I'm with Atlantic Records. So whatever Drake Records does, that's what I'm getting paid for. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I can love you, but I'm getting paid to work with Drake. So regardless of what you got going on, if there's no budget there, I would love to help you, but I gotta work. That's how the industry works. A real nigga in the industry is not for us. But eventually, any real trap nigga and hustler is gonna adapt to it. But the fake shit and snake shit, that's not for real niggas. Some of us will never adapt. God bless the dead DMX, that's my son. He'll never adapt. That's why he is who he is. That nigga was, first thing I asked him when I realized that we got cool and we was kicking it, I'm like, yo, you battled Jay-Z, like there's rumors, you battled Jay-Z and won. He was like, I ain't rumor, nigga, I won.
Right. Yeah.
I crushed him, nigga. you talking about? Like,
Right.
he was like, it was niggas that was jacking the whole international hustler. But I'm a street nigga. I was talking that block every day, walk your dogs, like, and I was like, all right, that's fire. I was like, yo, like, what type of nigga is Jay-Z in person? Like, I'm with you, like somebody that's been around and could give me the information and the insight. And I don't know, for some reason, I just thought to ask about that battle. And he was like, yo, you see how I'm walking up the block with you right now, shorty? You about to go get a bottle of Henny and all? I'm like, yeah. He like, I'm gonna walk a block with that nigga. And for me, as an intellect, it was an awakening, because I'm like, damn, if you look at DMX, as much of a real nigga as he is, look at the position he's in. And if you look at Jay-Z, as much as he's saying he's not the street nigga and shit, and he's more the, the international, but look at how his career played out. Right. So it'd be a lot when you have, when you smart and you around. It'd just be a lot that weighs on you. You get so much information from so many different places. It's on you to have to decipher what's healthy for you and what's not. And unfortunately, we really from the trenches, and the mode that always worked for us is violence. I mean, 50 gave us the blueprint. If a nigga not going to put you in position and show you love when you fighting and clearly fighting to make it out, then you got to get them out the way. And that goes back to tie in the conversation with Wu-Tang. It was like, all right, we here, we putting on, yeah, niggas, it's not a...
You know what I want somebody to tell me is, like, why they think the Wu owe them something. Like, why? You know what I'm saying?
All
like,
right, so this...
I need somebody to tell me something tangible.
I'm glad you said that. All right, so that was the process. For one, when you from a neighborhood, right? You from Harlem, 4th, you from Amsterdam, you from the Heights, you from Queens, you from Southside, and somebody makes it from your neighborhood. Unofficially, they are indebted to where they came from. Mind you, the process that they went through to get out, nobody understands it. To know that they in a space where they like everybody, because nobody helped me make it out of here, so I don't owe nobody nothing. And you're not gonna know that until you go through that process to make it out. So you'll never understand that person's mentality of why they people. Only thing you know is, yo, I'm from where you from, and I'm chasing this career as well, and I got a talent and a gift, and I'm struggling, and you have an opportunity where you could say, yo, put me on the radio. Yo, Drewski, you owe me a favor? Spend my little man. You could do that. That's where the energy come from, because there's a lot that could be done that's still not done. And there's still a lot of things that they could do, but when you inside and as you start to level up and you around niggas, you see that, yeah, there's a lot they could do, but they don't even know that they could do the things that they have to do for niggas because they too busy doing what they got to do for themselves. And when you a man and you got to do what you got to do for yourself, you got to come home, you got to pay your bills, you got to make sure your wife is good, you got to cook clean, you got to do it. You don't have time to think about what anybody else is doing. And you could love somebody and them, and they could be family. We all got cousins. We all got nephews. Everybody can rap. Everybody can sing. Everybody expects me to do something for them because I'm that person now. If you not that...
So wait, you're saying they owe you a favor?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, initially, the mentality from the neighborhood is going to feel like the people that made it out owes you something because they made it from where you from and you're next. And you have a gift and a talent. And just principle...
I disagree with that, though. I disagree with that.
To what extent?
That even though somebody make it from your neighborhood, they don't owe you anything.
Why you say that?
Because it's an option to if they want to help you.
Why? Now, where's the option?
The option is, I made it and I want to reach out and help you. I want to help somebody. It's not an obligation.
That wasn't an option what you just stated, right? What you stated is, I made it, I want to reach back and I want to help you. That's the problem. When you make it and you want to reach back and you want to help, that's a difference from you making it and you don't reach back and you don't care to help.
But it's an option, though.
It's not about the option. It's the fact...
Like, how many people actually help that man get to where he is?
Let's go to this, right? I'm glad that you said we're the option, the difference between the option and the obligation. When you from somewhere, and this is just so you, for one, it takes a community to raise an individual. My mother had me at 15. She grew up, everybody from my neighborhood took care of us. Aunties, cousins, I got fake aunties, fake cousins to this day that I still treat with principle and that I threw my life away for. And now they ain't even my blood. out of the obligation that we talking about because they from ParkHill. You know what I'm saying? Just because they was there when I ain't have shit. My mother was down and ain't have shit. They put her in the house. You can sleep on our couch. Don't worry. They fed me. They clothed me. So at the end of the day, I'm indebted to my hood because at the end of the day, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It takes a community to raise a child. So I said that to say, I'm in that same position now. I have my own label. I have my own brand. I'm pumping my music. I really took over the streets years ago. I done did time. I could speak on it. I'm really trap low. I got over 32 arrests. I sell drugs all my life. I don't have a violent background, none of that. My shit straight drugs, get into a bag and get into it. Like, I said that to say, and walking through the path that they took, I had to do it independently on my own. And now I could see that, for one, as you're saying, obligation. I don't like none of these niggas no more. I don't with nobody from ParkHill, but I love everybody. I'm indebted to my neighborhood, and it's on me if I make it out to make sure that the kids have an opportunity to be in a better position than I was in. That's just as a man, neighborhood, as a black man, as a human being, as a man in this world. You, as a king, as a god amongst men, in a sense, which astaghfirullah, no man is God. No man is equal to him, could ever be equal to him. However, but as a man, as that the highest figure on this planet, it's on us. It's our responsibility to take care of everybody around us. If you don't think like that, which I could get through your trials and tribulations of nobody being there for you, you got bills to pay, your auntie is sick, and nobody cares about you, so now you're selfish. Nah, it's not what we do as men. It's not even in your heart. As a real man, it's not in your heart. When you see somebody hurting, you hurt. You ain't got it. You don't do it. But you hurt because inside, if you had it, you would have did it. So as a man, our position, we're gonna do for everybody because that's our position. To raise, nurture, teach, and build our communities around us for everybody to be kings and queens and have a balance and be in complete unity and have peace and harmony in heaven on earth. That's our duties as human beings, as men. So we are obligated to the youth. We are obligated to teach. We are obligated to help. Do we have to get money? Ray don't give me money. Raekwon's family, he don't give me money. You know what he does? Yo, you spent $5,000 on a road, you spent $1,000 on a road, you could have spent 200 on 5 DJs at 5 different clubs and got your shit lit that night. He gives me advice. That's money. That's gold. It's on the person, the perspective, the understanding of how you take it. Damn, my uncle, you could have gave me some bread because I need to do this, that, and the third. He did give you money, but you ain't smart enough to take that. A lot of the artists they signed wasn't smart enough to understand that. You get in a room, you don't know how to work the room. That's on you. So you got to deal with the aspect of these niggas gave niggas a million opportunities. They was indebted. They paid their debt. They came back to the hood. They had the ices, the polites, the ice waters, the cream teams. There's this. I'm a part of the Swarm. I was on the Wu-Tang album when I was 13. It should get deep. But I said that to say.
Wait, the Swarm? Which song?
Part 3. Song like 7 or some shit. Me, King, Just, Meth. I ain't even know I was on that. I just found
as
out.
Cashy Mula?
As Nate. Little Nate.
Little Nate.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there a contract involved with that?
Nah, no contracts, nothing. I was, you know what's going on.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? I was a kid. They pulled up. We got the studio come. I did a record. I never knew I was on the album.
Okay.
It's 20 years later, and I'm like, them niggas will never rate me. They know my body. Niggas up, and niggas like, what? They got you 20 years ago, shorty. Like, what you talking about? And niggas came and showed me the album, King Just, to be exact. First nigga to ever perform at Summer Jam, Legend, Hey Ya, Hey Ya, Ooh. Look, right here, track 7, pull it up, You Polite.
Shout out to King Just.
Yeah, definitely. Legend. That's first he sat me down and helped me craft my craft. He would give me a bootleg tape at my crib and be like, yo, rap everything you see on the back of this. And I'd be like, what you mean? He like, just make it rhyme. Even though it don't rhyme, just flow it. That's how you build your delivery and your cadence. And I'm like, what? So he'll read the bootleg tape like, the saw about such and such and such and such going through the door and I kicked in with the 4-4, but he's reading it.
You sound like...
And he's like, just read it, but work on delivery, make it sound like a rap.
Right.
So King Just was one of the first influences that I had next to me that really helped me handcraft my shit. I've been around Just since baby, the Meth, Deck, all of them. Like, it's not nobody that I don't have a personal relationship to the point where when it comes down to if you're a real Wu fan, it would be like God, like how the type of relationship I have with them.
think your mom's helped you in that relationship?
Hell yeah, you know, I wouldn't be me without mommy, but when I ask people, they say, you know, Tina might have did it. The white girl, they like, shit, the way Snowy held you down, you know, I got two mothers. I don't know. But both of them was official, you know what I mean? Both of them was outside.
Let's talk about Cashy Mula.
Copy.
Are you working on a project right now?
Yeah, no. My life is a constant project. Every day I make a song that's like the soundtrack to my life. So every day I make music. Constantly, I'm always make music for the rest of my life. Music is my journal, my coloring book, my getaway. It's therapeutic for me. So I'm always making music. I have a couple albums done, projects that's done. I'm working on new material now, catching up with the new drill sound and Jersey drill sound. But as far as project, I'm looking at the climate of the industry. Labels is not working. Independence is everything. It's all about how you package shit. So I'm more in a business state of mind at this point. I'm looking at the newer talent, the kids. But yeah, I got a lot of
just all singles. You're putting out singles.
just a lot of singles, just a lot of dope. Period. Just a lot of dope music. Between us, I'll give you a jewel. I'm working on an app, ParkHill radio app. And that's where I plan to release all my unreleased music, as well as, you know, showcase all of the talent on Staten Island, as well as have a lot of the legends come in and, you know, just give feedback to a lot of the talent that's coming on. So that's my main thing that I've been working on. It's just a platform where we can monetize and not have to go through anybody. Like, and all the music is coming through us. If you want something, you got to purchase it directly from us. And that's where the industry is going. I've been on that for 6, 7, 8, maybe 15 years already, but it's a big thing now. Okay. The labels are crashing and everybody's independent. So that's where I'm at with it. It's kind of like music is like, how could I explain it? It's like it's a daily thing. It's an everyday thing for me. It's nothing for me to make music. At this point, it's more about the business and how you market it and campaign it and rollouts. And that's what a lot of artists don't do. You can make dope music, but where is it going? Where you putting it? What platform you put it on? How? What spot? What playlist and what machine do you have behind it? Like, so that's what I'm more on, working on those aspects because the music is there. I ain't never pushed too much out. The shit that is out is only out so when people are, you know, bumping into people who's in position to put me in position, they had something to show. Like, yo, nah, you know, you got a little son over here, over there. But I never really officially dropped a project campaign, pushed a single, anything. All my music organically just took off because of who I am, you know, as a person and the relationships that I made along my journey. And from doing this since a kid, a lot of people who came in after me. So, you know, they look up to me in a sense of artistry, just bars, delivery. When it comes to the actual art of hip hop and rapping, you can look at me as a light, a beam of light. Every year since the 90s, I've upgraded and changed my energy and style and switched up in ways that people just look at me like, how the fuck do you stay like relevant?
You're a chameleon.
Yeah, I call myself a money printer. That's how I like to. I feel like any sound that's on the radio, any hit, any new energy. As of lately, it's been a little challenging with the drill shit. I'm not a fan of it too much, but almost anything that you hear on the radio, the sound, the frequency of it, I'm gonna be able to almost anything I hear, I could pretty much duplicate that energy and sound. You know what I mean, in my own way. And I think that's all artists, dope artists. Like Fab say he looked at the Mace. If you listen to Fab's energy, you'll hear it. Now that he said it, you'll hear Mace over it. So I said that to say, yeah, I think my first, like I told you, why I gave me my first beat tape, I'll never forget it. It was Nas. Nas is like the little birds in the background. Nas is like, why?
What was his name?
Dre with the Y.
Rest in peace to the dead homie. Rest in peace to Dre with the Y.
Look, you see him right here, right?
He's on here. Listen, I don't care about the headache tomorrow that you're gonna get from that, but the dead homies is on that bottle. That's what
first and foremost, right? We gotta be real. I do the real shit when it comes to ParkHill. Like I'm in an era that's in a bracket of its own because it's sheltered. We the babies that was in the mix. Like in Ray Purple Tape documentary, y'all gonna see he's saying he had to pick me up and run with me when police was chasing him. So we was there throughout the whole entire time of the Wu-Tang legacy.
Wait. Talk about that. Pick you up and run with you for what?
From police. Like, they selling crack. Police coming. Police, pick the baby up. We gotta run. I'm the baby.
Right.
So we've been outside. Like, they have to tell. He has to tell me shit about me. I don't know. He could sit here and be like, yo, you know, your mom's was over here doing this, that, and the third, so we had to come over here and do this, and you was over here at the time. I'm not gonna remember that I was 7, I was 8.
Are you related?
As far as what?
The Wu.
Related, I am ParkHill.
Yeah.
This is not, like, if you pay attention when it comes to Ghost, Ray, nobody's related. We all family. We love each other, we don't with each other.
Right.
Staten Island, code of honor. It's loyalty amongst disloyalty. It's unity amongst disloyalty. If you pay attention, the Wu can't eat unless they come together. Individually, nobody's platinum. Nobody got no. I might be incorrect on that. Let me not stamp that.
Methods.
Meth. Yeah, that's why I said that. I might be incorrect on that, but individually.
And I think the purple tape just went.
Individually, as far as.
20 years later.
Yeah, individually though, like I overheard. I said that because to give them the background. I overheard Devon say this on tour before I went to jail 2 years ago. He told them specifically. He was like, you know, this is the issue. Master Killer wanted to do a specific song, but they already had their performances and stage set up a certain way. And by him bullying his way and saying, I'm a big bro, I'm Wu-Tang, I want you to play this song for me because I don't care what they talking about, I want to perform this song today, threw the whole entire energy of the rest of the show off. Because now they had the cookie cutter and fix this and put this song after, and it just threw the whole lineup. And because there was no chain of command, and everybody wanted to do what they wanted to do, Divine was in there cursing everybody the fuck out. This is why niggas ain't up. This is what's going on. Y'all want to do what y'all want to do, and this is why there's no success. When y'all together, when y'all separate. So I call it following the Wu print. I call it the Wu print because, you know, anywhere you from in life, any occupation that you choose, you have to have a role model, which is somebody who's successful coming from where you came from, or successful in the lane that you're in. You need to find somebody that does what you do in the way that you want to do it, so that way they could teach you. So I said to say, you know, I studied them after the fact. ParkHill babies, we grew up in a like Hef was saying earlier, Dipset, Locks, G-Unit, you know, Ransom, shout out to the 18.
Pick up the 50, y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
pick up the bag of Smurf.
This is Smurf. It's definitely Stacks.
Bundle.
Everybody tell me I remind them of Stacks. If I ever had any, like, who people reference me to the most, it's Pac, Wayne, and Stack Bundles, which is a compliment. X told me I remind him of him himself.
Those are big shoes, man.
Who told you that?
DMX. I got that conversation on the phone. I called X. He was like, yo, alright, so there's a background story with that. He took me to court. I had a situation with Murder Mook where we had like a cipher, but you know them ciphers be battles, and they only put out his verse and it kind of went viral. But I said that to say, the moment itself was legendary because DMX was there, Busta Rhymes was there, and it's Murder Mook, and I'm a no face. That speaks volumes for itself. Drake won a battle Murder Mook. That's an M right there. But I got that ticket before Drake. Who am I? So you know they did the PR work. They ain't put it out there because it's too much for me. It's like it's a respect level thing though too. Because when people fuck with you and love you, they gonna make sure that you sturdy. They just gonna be like, yeah, that's my son Cash. But when it's you a threat and they don't really know how to assess you, they don't want to get out light. We Staten Island niggas. Niggas never gonna give us niggas. We take everything. So I fuck with Ghost with the Yap City shit. Even though you keep saying our past and our history and how the ties is, nobody can ever separate anything from Staten Island. Because regardless of what, like I said earlier, there's multiple plays to this game. There's jack boys, there's hustlers, there's the bitches that get naked, gotta back up, there's the little nigga that gotta scream squale, there's the old lady on the 6th floor. Nigga, you did what you did. You are who you are. You terrorize who you terrorize. Niggas is scared because they scared. But you cannot take away from the legacy or the history that in the part that you played, in the role that you have in ParkHill history. Good and bad. And a real nigga is gonna accept all of it because they family, and they gonna be like, regardless of what, boy bugged out, whatever y'all say, we know what's up with him and play with him if you want. Play with him if you want. See, like, y'all don't get the real from the real because the real is always gonna be where we at. We too real to be on this shit. We outside.